Our first overnight adventure takes us out to Red Canyon Jeep Trail, just past Scirocco Summit off the 10 freeway in California.
Are we ready to go, Lily?
The trail is a one-way loop, so there's not going to be any two-way traffic to worry about. We'll be traveling over the Orocopia Mountain range and connecting up to the Bradshaw Trail. Now, the Bradshaw Trail was created from old Native American paths as a way to access the La Paz area in the Colorado River for gold mining. But we've got to make sure to stay out of the Chocolate Mountain Gunnery Range.
Live bombing. Not gonna go there, but we're way over here.
The dirt road into the mountain range is an easy trek. We brought along our friend Mike that wanted to test out his new Ford Raptor. There are a couple tight spots getting into the trail, but after that it's pretty wide open. As we got to the mountain range, we stopped to film some drone shots and see what the trail ahead looked like. We're able to keep all of our camera gear nicely secured in a Rockland drawer setup. We had them custom make us a box with dual drawers and a slide-out table. We went over to West Coast Light and Siren, where Daniel Pusak, who had the Tacoma from our Big Bear trip, was able to work up some brackets and get it installed.
All right, so there's a factory threaded bung that's hidden underneath the top layer of sheet metal. So I'm going to make a bracket out of a 3/16 by 2 inch flat stock, and it's perfectly going to butt up with the edge of the plastic for how wide the box is.
Brackets were made for the front of the drawers using the factory tie-down anchor points. The drawers can be locked with a key or secured with a combo lock deadbolt. Heading out and exploring the history of an area through its off-road terrain is one of the cool aspects of overlanding that helps separate it from regular off-roading and camping. The path ahead traverses mostly the tops of the mountain ridges, providing a full 360 view. What gives this trail its name are the numerous canyons made of iron-rich rock. You can explore these, but they're not part of the trail, and most dead end. We'll be taking the trail through the mountains until we drop into the Bradshaw Trail. Coming out of Red Canyon Jeep Trail, we hit the Bradshaw Trail. To the right is the Salton Sea, and to the left it hits Summit Road and takes us back to the 10 freeway. The Southern Pacific Railroad was laid to support mining operations, but the Salton Sea began to overtake many of the train tracks, leaving the area abandoned until World War II, when desert tank training took over. And when the space race was on, many of the Apollo astronauts trained for moon landing in this area. Cruised around looking to find a spot to camp for the night. We found a spot just off the trail that would help block some of the wind for the night. It had been camped at before, so there was a makeshift fire pit already there.
We set up camp, kind of try to find a little bit of a windbreak just because it is pretty windy right now. We're going to go over some of the gear that we have and we brought out with us. And what's great about what we have set up here in the back is we can kind of carry compartments of different things that we're going to take depending on what trip we're going on. So that way we're not carrying everything around all the time if we're not camping. We have our Victory 4x4 Molly panel up here, and this stays in obviously all the time, and it kind of carries all of our emergency stuff. We have our fire extinguisher, flashlight, radios, first aid kits. We've got our recovery rope. We've got a light. Kind of got everything that we would need in case of any kind of emergency.
Just be careful not to rip off the coat hook cover like I did. The lower brackets mount off of factory anchor points as well. Everything is loosely mounted up before being fully tightened. Anything can be mounted to these panels, like this Blue Ridge Overland fire extinguisher holder, followed by an easily accessible first aid kit. All of our recovery gear, a tire repair kit, and radios fill out the Molly panel. This allows for even more gear to be stored in our drawers.
And on this side, we got kind of some of our camera gear. Got our drone, got all our GoPros, and a little bit of a toolkit. And on this side, we've got some camping gear. Got some food, got a chair, a shovel, got a stove in here.
My trusty old Mexican blanket doesn't just keep me warm, but it also helps keep things from rattling around while off-roading. Let's see what we got here. The basics, paper towels and toilet paper, of course. Now this is a USB chargeable LED lantern, flashlight, and strobe all in one. Here's a small sleeping bag with an inflatable sleeping pad in case we'd end up camping without the rooftop tent.
This will come in handy in case you need to charge your phone, your camera, all that kind of stuff. It's got an outlet on here. It's like a 50,000 milliamp battery pack. So this comes in handy and it's just nice and small.
Here we have a vinyl bag that we keep all of our trash bags and Ziploc bags in. You can easily rinse it off. What else? We got a small pillow, a plug-in heater for those cold nights. Some wipes that are always important. Gloves, and a camping chair that folds up real small. While we have our power tank for quick air ups, having a backup air compressor just in case is always a good idea. On longer trips, a quick road shower is always in the carts. This 5-gallon pouch with a spout does the trick. It's time to finish setting up camp and start cooking.
So Mike's over there, he's gonna be camping on the ground, but luckily Napier sent us this rooftop tent we had out on the truck out at SEMA. And so we're gonna be penthouse style. So we're gonna be up in the air a little bit and have a nice comfortable night. So obviously the good thing about having a rooftop tent is it's always attached to your vehicle unless you take it off. But unhook the cover, pull it off, pop the ladder down, and you could sleep in it right now, but we're going to pop the rain fly up, just give it a little bit of air coming in. We're not gonna be really expecting any rain tonight, but it's good to have it all done up and set up. And obviously what's cool having it come off the roof rack is still use all of our doors, get in and out. No issues. If you needed to, you could even, sit under here and use it as an awning if you wanted to, if you're like tiny. So follow me and you will see a tent that I will be sleeping in tonight.
With everything set up for the night, we basically circled the wagons, if you will. If anything, just to minimize the wind, as the desert can get pretty cold at night.
She's a little chilly, Lily. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Campfire Cooking 101. We're going to be trying to get the meat before it's ready. We're going to be cooking some breakfast burritos, but we're doing carne asada, potatoes, eggs, cheese. So Mike's over there on the stove cooking up the potatoes, and we're going to throw some carne asada and some Anaheim chilies directly over the fire on this little grill that we got. Lily's waiting for some carne asada. Yeah. She'll have like 2 pieces maybe.
Yeah, it's nice. Straight up on the fire. More for you.
Now we could have done some more off-roading and explored Red Cloud Mine or the Salton Sea, but we had to get back home, so we quickly took Summit Road just past Bradshaw Trail, and it loops us right back to the 10 freeway. Along the way, you can see the remnants of the abandoned railroad tracks. What marked the end of the trip for us is the old mining shacks turned works of art, where we aired back up before hitting the 10 freeway at Red Cloud Mine Road.